Hi everyone, here's a sample tutorial video that hopefully gives you an idea about how Echo360 is used as an active learning platform in my language classes. Since I started using Echo in fall 2019, I have created over 50 tutorial videos like this one. As you can see, it has three components. I want to call your attention to these interactive activities. So students, they are supposed to do these activities, including multiple choice questions, image quiz, which is great for teaching characters, and also some short answer questions after watching the tutorial to check their self-learning progress. So these videos are made to help them preview the lessons before coming to class next day. So I'm just gonna play the video so it gives you a better idea.
我是谭老师. In this tutorial, I will talk about the important vocabulary and grammar for Lesson 1, Dialogue 1. The topic today is 问好, greetings. First, let's go over the learning objectives of this lesson. You will learn to use Mandarin Chinese to exchange basic greetings, request a person's last and full name, and provide your own. Determine whether someone is a teacher or a student. Do you still remember the Chinese words for teacher and student? 老师, 同学. Ascertain someone's nationality. So as you know, culture is another essential part of our course. So we will talk about Chinese names and how Chinese greet each other. So it's important for you to relate the Chinese traditions and customs to your own. Here are some questions for you to think about. How do people greet each other when they meet for the first time in the United States? Do people say their given name or family name first in English, right? And how do acquaintances or close friends address each other? These are the questions to think about in mind. And then, when we talk about how the Chinese do the same things, we can make a comparison. This tutorial video will also get you ready for your first prep check. No stress. As long as you study the vocabulary list and the grammar and watch the video, you should be fine. The purpose of prep check is to check your preparation for the lesson. It takes less than 5 minutes, so it's quick and simple. A prep check usually has two parts. Vocabulary matching, so you will see on the left some characters and on the right pinyin and meanings. English translations. So you need to match them. That's the first part. And the second part is usually grammar. So for example, what is the use of this word, right? Or something like that. It's worth 10% of your final grade. So I highly recommend you to treat it seriously and do your work. To study for a prep check, watch the tutorial videos, study the vocab list and grammar in your textbook. So for this lesson, the vocabulary list is from page 21 to 22, and the grammar is 22 to 25. So apart from watching the video, you can also read the text in your textbook. Also, another strategy is to make index cards. I'll explain to you later. My previous students find it very useful. Here are all the words that you need to know to greet people and introduce yourself in Mandarin Chinese. Let's go over them together. Group 1 is pronouns. 你, 我. We have covered these two in the first week too. 你, 我. And the second category is noun. We have one word in this category, 名字, 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 name. And the third category, adjective, 好, 好, 好. We have 5 verbs in this lesson. The first one is 是, 是. 我是谭老师. I write, the character of 你 on this side, and on the back, I wrote down, the pinyin and the English translation. And I did the same thing for other characters as well. So what I do is I study these characters and then I test myself with the index parts. Oh, do I know this one is 姓? Am I right? And I check the back to see whether I memorize the character. So this is one way to learn. And it's proven to be very useful. Also, when your character workbook arrives, you can also practice the characters in the workbook. Before we start to explain, these characters, I want you to think about the basic word order in a Chinese sentence. First, what is the sentence order in English? Look at this example. I am a student. The Chinese equivalent would be 我是学生. 学生 is student. 我是学生. As you can see, the basic word order in both Chinese and in English are the same. 我 is the subject. 是 is the verb. 学生 is the object. So the basic word order in Chinese is subject, verb, and then object. In Chinese, the word order remains the same in statements and questions. Unlike in English, in a question, this order is completely altered because you need to put the question word at the beginning of the sentence, right? However, in Chinese, it remains the same. Even in a question, the subject still in the initial place. We'll see more examples later in the video. But just keep in mind, this is the Chinese word order. Let's start with the two pronouns. 你, 我. 你好. 好 is the adjective meaning good. 你好. Hello, 你好. For 我, we have 我是谭老师. 是 is to be. And like I already mentioned in class, in Chinese, verbs, they remain the same despite, different tenses and different subjects. So to say you are is 你是. So you see 是 doesn't change. You don't conjugate the verb like you do in most Romance languages. 我是. And then 我叫辛义谈. So 我是 is I am, and 我叫 is I am called, my name. My name is 我叫辛义谈. I introduced my name by 我叫. And then 我姓谭. So 我姓 is I am surnamed Tan, right? I introduce you my surname, my family name. 我姓. So to request someone's full name, we use the word 名字. 名字 is name. 什么 what? 你叫什么名字 question mark. 你叫什么名字 You are called by what name? 你叫什么名字 Answer 我叫 Chloe. 我叫心意. 你呢 I use this phrase in the first week of class to request information without repeating the question. 呢 is a question particle, often follows a noun or a pronoun to form a question to avoid repetition of the same previously asked question. It is similar to the English expression and or how about. So instead of asking, instead of saying 我叫Chloe, 你叫什么名字? I replace 你叫什么名字 with 你呢 and you. Remember the word order in Chinese? in a Chinese sentence. Like I said, in a question, the word order remains the same. Subject, verb, object. Now, let's talk about family name, which is 姓 in Chinese. 姓 谭老师姓谭 Michael Jackson 姓 Jackson. Question: to request someone's family name. 你姓什么？你姓什么？ Your surname what? 你姓什么？ To answer 我姓 and then your surname 我姓. There is a respectful way to request someone's family name, which is 你贵姓. 你贵姓. Instead of saying 你姓什么, I say 你贵姓 to show respect to the person I'm speaking to. Normally, this person is either elder or important, or someone you meet for the first time. The word 贵 means honorable, and it is used to ask important or elder people. I want to talk about 姓 in China, Chinese surnames. As you know, China has over 1.3 billion people, and there are over 4,000 Chinese family names. That is a lot. However, only around 100 of them make up over 80% of China's 1.3 or 4 billion citizens. As you can see in this, this picture, the top 20, you see, they already compose the 53% of the entire population. Here are the top 5 surnames in China: Wang, Li, Zhang, Liu, Chen. Do you know any Chinese people whose surnames are any of these? The last phrase that I want to teach you today is 请问. 请问. So it's used to request information politely. 请 is please, right? 问 is to ask. Please, may I ask? So look at this situation. Wang Peng and Li You, these are 2 Chinese people, 是同学. Li You goes, 你姓什么? Wang Peng answers, 我姓王. 你呢? Look at situation 2. Wang Peng has a conversation with his 老师. Wang Peng starts, 老师你好，请问你贵姓? 老师 answers, 我姓谭. As you can see, it depends on with whom we're talking, right? So if the person is like older or holds a more important position, like a hierarchy, especially in China, teachers and students, they are not really like friends. They're more like teachers are students are supposed to respect teachers. So you use 请问 to make your request even more polite. Okay, 同学们, don't forget to complete the activities next to the slides presentation after watching this tutorial. 再见. See you in class. 再见.